Nobody on the planet is absolutely and totally useless. I am sick and tired of hearing from housewives and from senior citizens and from people who are invalid or handicapped in a certain way that what can I do? I'm totally useless. I have heard from retired people who are not in active service that they're not useful anymore. And my question to you is, just because you're not earning a living, does that make you completely useless? Just because you don't have a fancy designation anymore, or the perks of having a full-time job anymore, does that make you absolutely useless? I think it's one of the most stupid ideas for anybody on the planet to think that they are absolutely useless. I once met a lady who was bedridden. She was 80 plus. She couldn't move. She was physically completely dependent on doctors, her caretakers and her family. And yet she was so full of life. And I asked her, what do you do? She said, the one thing that's really working well for me is my mouth. I can speak well. So I can give instructions. I can teach people. I'm sitting in my house all day, every day on my bed. Most of the time I'm even lying down. But I keep imparting a lot of my information to other people who care to listen, and surprisingly finding a lot of listeners. I said, what do you do? And she says, I've not done much in my life, but I've been a fantastic cook. So I said, great, you've been a fantastic cook, and what are you doing with that cooking right now? She said, I'm lying down on my bed and I am dictating the best of my recipes that I have put into use all my life to a young girl, and she's putting together a book for me. So I said, what? She said, yeah, the only thing I've done is cook all my life, to feed my family, to feed my seniors, to feed my juniors, to feed my kids, to feed my neighbors, to feed my relatives, to feed anybody who would come to my doorstep. And I felt completely useless a few years ago, until it dawned on me that I have all these, generational recipes in me, and I've been practicing them all my life. Why don't I put them down into a book so that, my children and their grandchildren and their children could partake of the same recipes. So she, while lying down, being completely physically useless, made herself completely useful. And she put down, I think, 80 plus recipes into a book. And I was like, wow, a lady who's completely invalid. She cannot move and she's completely dependent on other people. She's actually thought about using her experience, her knowledge, and making it productive for other people. She also ended up making a lot of money on that book. So anybody can put their experience, their talent, their knowledge into use. Most retired people, they have 30, 40, 50, 60 years of experience. And that experience can be priceless to youngsters who are just starting out on a journey, on a professional journey. And that 60 years of experience could be mind-blowing for them. My mom-in-law, she's a fantastically trained, well-trained musician, and she's, performed all over the world. She's, done so many concerts everywhere. And now that she's getting older, she's like, I don't sing anymore. What do I do? And I said, do you realize, Mummy, that this kind of talent that you have, the kind of experience that you have, can be priceless to somebody who's just starting off on a musical journey? Ask an 18, 19-year-old music student how important it is for them to train under somebody like you. They will touch your feet. They'll think you're God himself or herself if you just start imparting your experience, your training to them. So I think you're a treasure. I think you're a treasure for somebody who wishes to get on the same path that you have already traveled. And I could see the penny drop in her head. I could see that she has not thought about her talent or her experience that way. And that's what it breaks my heart to think that a lot of people with so much experience, so much talent, they don't make the effort of passing it on. They don't even think it is priceless enough. They don't even think it's precious enough, valuable enough. And I think that needs to change. Each one of us on the planet can be useful to even one other person. So that talent and experience is worth passing on. Don't you agree? Hi, this is Sonika Chopra. I'm an internationally certified wellness workshop leader and personal counselor. If you like this video, then give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and share it with somebody who you think it could benefit. If you don't do any of these things, however, I still wish you lots of love, laughter, happiness, great health, the best version of you at all times, and more blessings than you could ever imagine for yourself. Cheers.